What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here, and I guess we have to talk about Warcraft 3 Reforged one last time, because Blizzard just released the worst apology I have ever seen. And this is crazy because it's Blizzard, the king of terrible apologies. So I want to go through this piece by piece and analyze why this is such a horrifically stupid statement, and then we're gonna try and get an official refund because screw this freaking game. Alright, are you ready? Buckle up. So this was actually just released today, about an hour ago, and already hundreds of you have been sending it to me, so I want to just try and go through it. God, it's so bad. Hail Warcraft 3 players, we've been following the discussions the past couple days and want to thank you for your feedback as well as your support. First off, we want to say we're sorry to those of you who didn't have the experience you wanted, and we'd like to share our plans for what's coming next. This is such a condescending opening statement, because they're not actually apologizing for any of the problems and mistakes that are in Warcraft 3 itself, and instead are basically saying, hey, we're really sorry that you're sad, but you already paid for it. Alright, let's move on. There were a few hours during launch day where we experienced server load issues that impacted players' abilities to jump right in, but we were able to resolve those later in the day. Separate from that, we've seen community feedback about different aspects of Reforged that we wanted to take some time to address. So already they're trying to make excuses for how the game itself flat out doesn't work a lot of the times when you're just trying to play it. Before we go in, the team is excited that Warcraft 3 Reforged is finally upon us, and we're fully committed to supporting the game for a long time to come. The next few patches and updates we'll discuss below are part of our ongoing plans. This game is an integral part of Blizzard DNA, because it sucks, and Blizzard sucks now, with a team that loves Warcraft 3, and we're looking forward to pouring our hearts into Reforged and the Warcraft 3 community for the long term. There's already just so much in this that is obviously BS. One of the concerns with Reforged that we've seen are the visuals when selecting classic mode. We've identified the bugs causing the colors and shading to look different from the original Warcraft 3, and we're testing a fix that will be incorporated in a larger patch addressing this issue and others. This is basically them trying to explain why the game does not have shadows. Yes, that's right. In case you haven't seen it, this game, despite the fact that it's a remaster, looks like trash. Okay, so it says, we expect to release that later this week. The patch will also address many other known issues, such as fixing some portrait animations and audio bugs, which is good because that was the biggest thing I had, was the game constantly muting itself. We're going to be implementing some UI fixes and more. Please keep an eye out for the patch notes for a detailed list of all the bug fixes. Another area of concern we're seeing is regarding online features such as leaderboards, clans, which applies to Warcraft 3 players, including those who haven't purchased Reforged. At BlizzCon, we talked about how the team is actively working on standing up to back-end to ensure a smooth transition to this new system. Like we did with Starcraft Remastered. You know what they're talking about here? How they've actually removed a ladder ranking. When you play online with Warcraft 3 Reforged and you're kicking everybody's butt, part of the fun of that is the bragging rights, the fact that you have an actual scorecard, which in Reforged does not exist. Now let's read why. Apparently, with Remastered, these other features will be included in a major patch for Reforged, which will also address the issues for the players of the original game. We'll snare releases for the plans as progress in the coming weeks. Please be assured that the team is hard at work on standing these features up. That basically means they removed ladders and ranking from Warcraft 3, that way they could try and patch it eventually into Reforged. I'm just so flabbergasted by that. Alright, so here's the last few paragraphs. there are some individual concerns we've seen about not currently planning to address, and we wanted to give the community a heads up. As of version 1.3 of the original game, we saw very low usage of tournaments and the Reign of Chaos rule set, so we removed both of them in mid-2019. Eliminating the maintenance for the underused elements helped us streamline our overall support. That said, we do anticipate that players who prefer Reign of Chaos will find custom games with similar rule sets. Again, this is them trying to make a detailed excuse for one of the things that people are definitely the most mad about, which is that they've actually removed these automated tournaments. When you were playing Warcraft 3 online for the last 16 years, it would actually constantly make these different tournaments that you could just play in randomly. It was done completely automated, and it was a cool way to have something to look forward to. You wanted to practice, you wanted to compete, you wanted to try and do your best. And this, for absolutely no reason, was removed from Reforged. And now they're just basically saying, well, we'll try and bring that back. Related to that, we've talked at last year's BlizzCon that we did not want the in-game cutscenes to steer too far from the original game. We went a little deeper into the thought process behind that at the show, but the main takeaway is that the campaigns tell one of the classic stories in Warcraft history, and we wanted to preserve the true spirit of Warcraft 3 and allow players to relive these unforgettable moments, albeit rebuilt with new animations and the higher fidelity art. So in everything in this apology, I had to put apology in like 15 quotes, this is the part that personally annoys me the most. Blizzard, I am a Warcraft fanboy. I have played thousands of hours of Warcraft. I've even read the Warcraft books. Yes, all of them. I read the Warcraft manga. Yes, that's right. I really care about Warcraft lore. Do you know what I wanted when I spent $30 on this game? I wanted something new. I wanted something like you originally promised. An expansion of the lore. A new way to look at these classic cutscenes. Your excuse is that you want to try and preserve the original spirit of Warcraft 3 is obviously a lie. This was a budget thing. You guys clearly were making this new stuff and just went, man, it'd be really expensive to do this correctly, so let's do this the lazy way. It drives me nuts that you're trying to act like this is some sort of weird, faithful thing, that you're trying to act like this is actually a reward to the community. Congratulations! You're never gonna have the game improved. Alright, let's read this last little paragraph. We know this update doesn't address all the questions, but we're committed to the development and support of this game. We hope you'll keep an eye out for this week's patch and future updates, and let us know what you think in the continued fine-tuning of things. Until then, thank you as always for your support and passion for Warcraft 3. We appreciate all your feedback and will continue to keep the Warcraft 3 community updated on everything we're working on. Sincerely, the Warcraft 3 Reforged team. This is a terrible freaking statement. I just want to say this as a fan of Warcraft, as a person who purchased the game itself, and most importantly, as an ex-Blizzard fan, this is not a good statement. This is not something that makes me have any sort of confidence in the project going forward. If you just directly admitted to what was going bad, I would actually be excited for it. I'll actually go one step further and say, if you had just directly addressed the malcontent, if you had actually just come out and said, yeah, we screwed up, I would actually keep the game, but I'm not going to. So over on Reddit today, one of the top posts, as you can see right now, is actually Blizzard has started offering automated instant refunds for Warcraft 3 Reforged. So we're going over there. This is me looking at the Warcraft 3 Reforged thing right here. Let's see here. Payments, refund a request, continue. Good, maybe I can get some money back. We're processing your request. Please leave this page open. We'll update you as soon as we're done. What would you like to do? Okay, so you can see there's where I ordered it. That's the shipping number. Okay, select order. I would like my $32 back. All right, so it's loading. I can't believe I'm having to do this. What a time to be alive, where I buy a game. Oh, sorry, this order is not eligible for a refund. A penalty has been applied to this account too recently. There is no penalty. I've never What would this be? What, am I banned from the forums for talking about refunds? Did I upset Daddy Blizzard for making a mean video? What is this? I'm super annoyed because not only does your game suck, but now I don't even deserve a refund. I can't even actually get my $30 back. You know what? Someday I hope you guys make a Warcraft 4. That way absolutely nobody buys it. I was actually originally planning on doing a big video on the new DLC campaign that's about to come out for World of Warcraft, which was called World of Warcraft Shadowlands. I'm making an official declaration now. I will never talk about Shadowlands in a video. I will never play it. I will never give you another penny of my money because this is ridiculous. You're not even going to actually give me back the $30 of false advertising BS because guess what? That's just the Blizzard way. Okay, well, I gotta finish packing. I'm about to do a trip over to LA to actually play a new upcoming game and do a big video on it. But thanks so much for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. I'm still literally in utter shock that this is actually real. I'm gonna request an appeal and try and get my refund because, frankly, I feel like I deserve it. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.